So for the next 2 days, we're going to review composition of functions. And you guys did this last year in advanced algebra, but we're going to review it and see what you remember. So the composition of functions means we take one function and substitute it into another. And I bet you guys remember this notation as f of g of x. And it means so we take our output, whatever we get for g of x, and we input it into our f. So for example, this first one, we're going to take g of 5. So what is g of 5? Well, that's 3 minus 5, which is negative 2. So now I'm going to take that and substitute it into f. So f of negative 2. Well, that's negative 2 squared minus 4. And remember, when you square a negative, that needs to be in parentheses if you're using your calculator. So 4 minus 4 is 0. So this next one, again, we take our inside part, so f of 5. So this time, we're going to take f of 5. So f of 5 would be 5 squared minus 4. So 25 minus 4 is 21. Now we take that 21 and we input it into the g. So g of 21 is 3 minus 21, which is negative 18. Now, oftentimes you'll see it written as f g of x, the fog of x, but that little 0 means the composition. So f of g of x. So let's see if we can use this table of values to find the composed function below. So what are we finding first is g of 0. So g of 0 would be 3. So this is really f of 3. And now I can go to 3. So what is f of 3? Is 2. So what's this next one I'm going to do? I'm going to evaluate g of negative 2. So negative 2 with the g is the 5. So this is really f of 5. Excuse me, that would be negative 5. Yeah, negative 5. So if I go to f of negative 5, and our f is 3. So this last part, the first part I'm going to do first is f of 2. So when x is 2, f of x is negative 3. So this is really g of negative 3. So if I go to negative 3 here, my g value is 7. And then we can also do it as from graphs as well. So we evaluate this inside part first. So g of 1. So here's 1. So here's g of 1. So this is really f of negative 1. So negative 1 up to f is 3. So again, we evaluate this inside part first. F of negative 2. So negative 2 is 0. So g of 0, well, that's right here, is 0. And then this last one, f of 1. So I go to 1 up to f is right up here. So that's really g of 3. So 1, 2, 3 on the graph. Where does it hit the g is at negative 1. So today's a pretty short day because we're just going to review it. So the last thing that we are going to talk about is a reminder of what the additive identity is. Is any number plus 0 gives you that number. Like 3 plus 0 gives you not 3. Same thing for multiplication. The identity is 3 times 1 gives you 3. Now, the identity function for f of x equals x is when it's composed with any function of g is the same function g. So if f of x equals x, then f of g of x is equal to just g of x. All right. So, well, I think that's actually all we need to do.